it is Monday, March 27th. Oh my gosh, the month is almost over already. And so today is the day before STAAR. Tomorrow, 7th grade takes writing. 8th grade, I think, takes math or reading. I don't remember which. And then on Wednesday, 8th grade takes math or reading, the one they didn't take tomorrow. So it's going to be an interesting week, a little bit of a different schedule. Today is our last day for a few days to be in the art room because 8th grade is testing in my room the next few days. They don't always do that, but sometimes when they have a small group, like there's one student next couple of days who is testing by himself, just some special accommodation he has. So next few days are going to be a little bit different than the normal kind of art projects. We will still be doing art, but we'll be in the library, so it'll be something different. What we are up to today. Art 1, as you already know if you watched my vlogs from last week, is working on their watercolor crest, which, by the way, I need to show y'all some examples. An example, which, by the way, these are all old examples from old students who gave me their artwork. So Art 1 is working on finishing painting those, doing touch-ups. Some students are just now starting to paint, which means they're a little bit behind, but we have till Friday. Like I said, next 2 days we are in STAAR testing, so we're going to do an alternate kind of project. One big thing I have learned is that when students have their schedule changed up around testing, it's normally a better idea to do something that doesn't quite matter as much because students are going to be more likely to be a little crazy, a little energetic, a little talkative, and by a little I mean a lot. And so we're going to do something a little bit different that's not quite as important, but still something that's relevant, engaging, and interesting. So when we get to tomorrow, I'll tell you all about that. So that's Art 1. Art 2 is working on finishing their paintings as well, and they are pretty much done, so they're working on the next step in their project, which is... step in their project is they are drawing out all the letters in their word. I give them a piece of paper that has 9 squares on it. Each of the squares will have a letter drawn into it. They draw that letter, cut out those letters, and one of the letters, you can kind of see it on my A here. It's kind of hard to see because it's got writing over it, but one of the letters has to be shown through negative space. So you cut out the letter and use the outside part of it instead of the inside, the actual letter, and then the rest of them use the actual letter. Okay, so if you hear any weird noises, kids are in the hallway now. Okay, so they cut them out, they arrange them on there, they glue them on with rubber cement so that they can be peeled off later, and then they glue them on, like I said, and then they are writing the definition over it tons and tons and tons of times. And as they're writing the definition, they are thinking about balance and unity, how to complete their design. So for example, I'm going to write mine as if it's noise coming out of the trumpets, and so since this area is darker and then the text over here will make this area darker, it'll make it more balanced and even. So after they have written that all out, which by the way, when they are writing it, I told them don't worry about spacing, don't worry about spelling. If you mix up the words, it's okay. Just fill it up. And so they want to not have as much spacing, which I have a space right there where my finger is. Shouldn't really be there. And they want the rows to pretty much be touching. After they do that, they're going to peel off the letter. And their outline, the edges of the words that they wrote should show their letter. You can pretty much see it here. And then if they want to, after that, they can outline their letter or color it in to make it show up better or something like that. So that is what Art 2 is working on. Probably take them the rest of the week to do that. Art 3 is working on something different. I was looking at the schedule and I don't know if how many times this week I'm going to see my Art 3, because what has been proposed and has not been confirmed yet, even though it starts tomorrow, is doing an alternate schedule in the afternoon to where the kids who are testing... The bell's about to ring. So my school plays Jaws to get the kids to go to class faster. Okay. Art 3. So, like I was trying to say, I don't know if I'm going to see Art 3 5 times this week or 3 times this week. I'll definitely see them today, Thursday, and Friday. But I may see them the next couple days if we stick to our regular afternoon schedule. I don't know. So, I didn't want to start a new project, even though it's time for them to start a new project. We'll have to start it next week. My hair is being stupid. Okay. We'll have to start it next week, and with that, I decided to just do something pretty fun, since they're going to be stressed about STAAR anyways, and we kind of need some daily grades. We are going to do monotype printmaking, which is printmaking where you create your design and you can only pull 1, maybe 2 prints or copies of that design. And so we're going to be doing chalk prints, shaving cream prints, paint prints where you paint on the table and pull it off, doing negative with that, painting and scratching into it, just drawing on the table and pulling it off with all sorts of silly kind of things. I think those are the 4 I have planned. We will see. But it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be messy. But I think they're really going to love it because it's just going to be something silly, something fun, something new, something different. It'll get them to kind of relax a little bit. And even if I see them the next couple days, we'll just continue that the next couple days. And then probably start something new on Thursday if I do see in the next couple days. If I don't, and they go to other classes, then we'll do this all week, and we'll start something new next Monday. In terms of what I am doing today, I am trying to finish my Artist Styles Challenge. It's been kind of a bit of... I'm going to say my instinct says it's a bit of a pain to do it, but I've been doing an Art a Day challenge for 2 months now, and it's been quite a lot. I think next month I'm going to take one big project. I've had this project idea for a while and just work on it every day. But I've been working on that, and I am just pushing through and doing all my ones for the week so that it's done, and I can later focus on lesson plans and all those little things if something comes up, which I only have 1 left. I finished yesterday and then Monday through Thursday, so I finished 5. I just have 1 more for Friday, and so I have those all done. Which there's a little behind the scenes for you. I do them all. I do them in groups. I've been doing them several days in one day instead of one day at a time, which I don't think that was the idea behind it, but it's making me make more artwork, which is part of it. I like doing the challenges because I have quite a bit of trouble thinking of brand new ideas, so I wanted to do something that kind of helped as an exercise to get me to think about how to show something. That's what's going on today, and I'll try and get some pictures of those prints that we did from Art 3, maybe a little video of how to do it. It's a lot of fun, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Oh my gosh, y'all. It is Tuesday. And for some reason today, I'm not feeling it. No, I'm not feeling it at all. I'm not really that tired. I got some energy. Although this morning I was having this sugar letdown. I don't know exactly what to call it. But they gave us donuts for breakfast, and I wasn't exactly sure what they're going to do for breakfast. They just told us, oh, we're going to give you all breakfast tomorrow. So I had a little bit of my normal breakfast and kind of planned for having that as my snack and a little bit of my breakfast. And I had donuts. I have 4 donuts. Between 8 a.m. and 1 p.m. I had 4 donuts, or 12 p.m. I had 4 donuts, and I didn't realize how much sugar affects me now. So that totally affected my motivation and desire to actually work. I need to do lesson plans. I did no lesson plans, but yeah, I totally skipped lesson plans yesterday. So I did no lesson plans for next week. And it's partly because we're starting new projects next week with everybody. And last time my principal did an observation, which he did one last week. I don't know why. I never get official observations this end of the school year, which, by the way, by observation I mean walk-through, meaning he came through for like 5-7 minutes, talked to the students, got to see what they were doing, watched them in action, and just went and took some notes on it and give me a little bit of feedback. But he mentioned in there about doing clay, and honestly, I had planned to do a clay project. I kind of put it off and put it off. It's just one of those things I just kept putting off and putting off. One of the barriers was we don't have a kiln. And I know there's a kiln at our high school, which is actually right across the street. So that's nice. But I would say that our teacher there is a lot like me. He keeps to himself, and he's in his own world, in his room, and his own world's amazing, and he doesn't quite do much with the others. And I do work with others, by the way. I'm not saying that I'm not a team player. No. I'm just saying that kind of get lost in your own thoughts and your own lessons and how you deal with everything. And it seems a little self-involved, but it just kind of shows that very involved in his classroom. And so he's sometimes is uncommunicative, meaning he hasn't really replied to any of my emails for like the last 3 years until this last email I sent him. And someone's calling me. Let's dismiss. Okay, but he replied right away, and I think he replied because I was like, our principal wants us to do this. Would you be able to let us use your kiln? He's like, yeah, when do you want to use it? And so I said end of last week of April, first week of May, probably the first week of May. Which I just realized is the week that I'll be preparing for the art competition. And then the last week of April is a short week because I'm taking 2 days off that week. Okay, but the stuff will be ready. Because what I've decided today, I at least did this. I decided what the kids are going to do, which is doing clay projects. And in terms of what I've actually done today is I worked on my bullet journal, and it's turning out amazing, and I would love to show it to you, but I think I am going to wait until I kind of finish things and use it for a month or so and show you. I used to use a bullet journal mid-last year or so, stopped for a while and gonna start it up again, but it's looking amazing, and that's kind of what I've been doing because that's what I've been working on all day, just doing my spreads. Okay, anyways, what'd the kids do today? I already covered up the artwork. Let's take a look. So today I did not really have most of my classes. In fact, right now it's 8th period. Typically I have a class right now. But because of the altered schedule that we have today, I don't have them. Technically, I'm supposed to be in another classroom supporting another teacher, but I needed to take a breather, and I wanted to talk with y'all. And I did some other things, so I'll go do that when I'm done. Okay, so it's kind of unrolled, and I'm going to flip y'all around. So this is the big example that I am using, or I used today. I found this image online, and I had no clue who it was from, and then during South by Southwest and during spring break they had a poster show, and this artist was there, and he had these posters, and I was like, OMG, I have to buy it. It's the same exact poster. And I got to meet the artist, and he was cool. He almost didn't want to sell it to me because it was his last one, and thankfully his wife was like, no, give it to her. So yeah, it was only $25. I think, something like that. It was awesome. So anyways, how I'm explaining it to the kids, which, by the way, all of my classes today have done this. I did not have Art 3 today, but Art 1 and Art 2. I would talk to them about, okay, so think back to elementary school. Maybe 1st or 2nd grade, not 4th or 5th. And your teacher probably had the alphabet hanging up around your classroom. And typically, next to each letter would be something to represent it, like an A would have an apple next to it, Z would have a zebra, and so on. What we're going to do today is based on that, but a little bit different. Then I'd show them the poster and say how instead of the object being next to the letter is going to be the object. How this A is an apple, and the B is an actual burger. And the C is a Cookie Monster, although it should be blue. And the D is a donut. And the H is a house. And so on and so forth. Some restrictions, I tell them, which by the way, I will link to this artist's website below, from Burlesque Printing, I think. But some of the restrictions I told them, number 1, you cannot copy any of these. Number 2, you cannot take one of these ideas and just change it a little bit and say that's your project. You have to come up with something totally brand new. Number 3, you only gotta do 1. Your whole paper needs to be colored, including your background. And it's gotta be neat, and it's gotta be pretty, and it's gotta look good, and it's gotta be finished by the end of class. Ready? Go! Kids did pretty good with that project. Honestly, I have not really worked on all of them. I just have been like totally in a daze working on my bullet journal. And I think once I get that done, I think I'll be able to focus better on other things. And once I kind of process more what I'm gonna actually do with clay next week, I think I'll be in a better place to do my lesson plans, which tomorrow will be a slightly easier day because my classes in the morning are pretty light. So it'll be, I think I'll be able to do more tomorrow. We'll see. Hopefully, because I had like 3 extra hours today and I didn't do anything. Oh my gosh. Okay, so that was my Tuesday, and I am tired. It is, hang on. At PD Watch. It is 3:30, which means I have 20 minutes. Bell rings at 3:55. So I'm going to, I guess I'm going to go in another classroom and support a teacher like I'm supposed to, because they have weird groups this afternoon. I'm going to do that, and I'm just going to leave as soon as possible, and I'm going to go for a run later. Cross my fingers that I feel like it, because I need to, and I think it'll be good for my brain. Yeah, and I'll talk to y'all later. Thanks for watching.